Hey everyone and welcome! Today I'm doing another Xplane 11 video. About a year ago I've uploaded a full flight using the Flightfactor A320. We have flown from Faro Portugal to Budapest, Hungary. And today I'm doing almost the same flight. This time we are flying from Budapest to Faro Airport to Portugal. I've been digging through my videos and pictures and I've discovered that I have real life footage of the flight that I've been on. So I'm going to include that as well. It's going to be a live video from the takeoff and landing. So here we are with Wizz Air at Budapest Airport. And the difference is Wizz Air uses a different engine. I think it's the IAE. And we have the CFN. But other than that, this Flightfactor A320 is one of the best, if not the best, A320 for Xplane 11. Also have the tallest A319 that is a beautiful aircraft as well. And this scenery for Budapest Airport is a freeware scenery. I'm going to include the link. But now let's fire this baby up for departure. We have chocks and GPU, let's engage parking brakes and remove, or yeah, since we have chocks, disengage the parking brakes and close the window. Now we can go ahead and start the batteries, battery 1, and we have the off light and battery 2. Now we can verify that they are working. We have 3 green lights there. And connect external power. System's going to do a quick self-test. Now let's go and put emergency exit lights to armed position. Test the annunciator lights. Everything lights up, lovely. Put it back to bright and nav light to 1. Set iris to nav. Can commands iris alignment. I don't know if it's crew supply is or should be to on position, but let's do that. And take care of the loading of the aircraft. Call everything. Since we are not at a gate, we're going to use stairs. That's the normal position for Wizz Air flights in Budapest. Whoops. This scenery is really beautiful. Like I said, I'm going to include a link in the description. It uses a lot of freeware libraries, so it's going to take up a lot of hard drive space. So let's pull up the flight plan and load the aircraft. Yeah, fuel is going to be 12,050. Everything is in kilograms on the flight plan, and here as well. We don't want to end up like the Canadian 767. They have messed up with the fueling. They took kilograms instead of pounds, and they ran out of fuel mid-flight. They had to glide all the way to an abandoned runway. Now we're going to fly with 136 passengers. Set and get, and cargo 2600 according to the flight plan. Great, now performance data, so we can put that in. But first, let's take care of the MCDU. Now initialization, Budapest Airport / Faro. And the alternate is Lima Echo Zulu Lima, I think. Whoops. Oh, that's the wrong line select key. Flight number is going to be something bizarre. Should have been with 2 Z's, but cost index is 35. I read somewhere that Wizz Air flies with 35. I don't know if it's accurate, but cruise altitude is going to be 340. Now we're going to use step climbs over Italy. We're going to go to flight level 350 once we burned some fuel, but step climbs are not yet implemented. And iris alignment, GPS position and reference airport. We can cheat a little bit with our parking position and also the GPS coordinates, so we can verify that the GPS position is correct, or we can just look it up on the airport or Navigraph charts. Let's make sure it's accurate and align. Now remove everything and set the performance data. That copies everything that we need in the second page, yeah? Right there. Now Flightplan is going to take a little while, and I'll be back when it's fully put in. Alright, now it's going to be a pretty straightforward flight. I already put it in plan mode so we can structure the flight plan. Yeah, we're going taking off from runway 13 left using the Pusta 5B departure and going to go to Slovenia, Italy, then South France, going to fly over Barcelona, Spain, and then to Portugal. And there is the alternate airport as well in Spain. And here Gapti waypoint is where we are going to line up with the runway or begin the approach. Also have the alternate flight plan. I already put in. Going to go back to the waypoint 2 pix and from there northward and line up on runway 27 or land on runway 27 if needed, but I don't think anything is going to go wrong. Now we can go there and access the wind data. For climb winds, there it is. Now maybe we can also do the cruise wind. Yeah, so we put in, maybe later we need to update that using real weather with SkyMax Pro. Performance page. Transition altitude is 9000. And V2, VR, V1 is not working, but we're going to put in a approximate value. Yeah, not allowed. Yeah, 132 looks about right. Now we're going to use flaps 1/1.0 up for the trimmable horizontal stabilizer and flex 51. It has to be a larger value than the outside air temperature so we can prolong engine life. Now it looks good. Everything is put in. And here are our speeds, flaps retraction, slats retraction, and clean. And soon we are ready for taxi. Start the APU. Now it's going to change to an APU page. And we are waiting for the flap open message. And then we can start our APU. There it is. Already put in the local QNH and put it back to ARC mode. Disengage parking or get rid of the chocks. And let's put in 9,000 feet as our transition altitude. Push everything in manage mode. And disconnect external power. Switch the fuel pumps on. Forget to do the fire test. Yeah, this A320 is being constantly updated. Received the weather radar recently. We're going to use that. However, the weather is perfectly fine. And let's just put something in. Flying offline. Doesn't really matter. But looks good. And also have the BSS Soundpack.
Round to cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
And we are ready.
Round to cockpit, tow is driving up.
So let's get rid of the ground power unit. Oh, there's a new page. Maybe not the best name for it. But I think we have to use this page for the cabin ready message.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
Now, disengage parking brakes.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Going to hold off with the engine start a little bit until we are fully clear. Alright, ignition start. We need the APU bleed. And we can start number 1.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Alright, parking brake set. Start with number 2.
Tow, stand by.
Disconnect. Now back, or not just yet. We have good engine start. Flaps 1.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal will be on the left. We'll see you next time. Have a safe flight.
Hand signal on the left. Arm the ground spoilers. Auto brakes to max. Let's go to the flight controls page, set trim. And test the flight controls. Full left, right, down, up, and rudder. Yeah, the headshake plugin is working. And APU, we don't need it anymore. Strobe lights on auto. I think they're going to come on when we reach 80 knots, and we missed the hand signal. I have shown us the pin. And that back to norm. And taxi. We are good. I think flight plan says that we have to depart at 11:40, still have 8 minutes, a little bit early. Now lights, taxi, not going to use the whole runway, still 2,900 meters left here, so stop, parking brakes, and do a last check. Now TCAS, TRA and above, also the weather radar, and tilt it above, and that T weeks plus T should be working, but weather is clear, so. And now we need to go and cabin ready. Yep. Alright. I don't know what that is, but let's go put the terrain right there for the first officer. Everything looks fine. TU config normal. We are good to go. Once I've taken off and the autopilot is flying, I'm going to include the video of the real-life takeoff from the same runway using the same taxiway as we are using right now. And we are using Flex 51, but 2,900 meters should be enough.
Approaching 13 left.
And chrono clock is running.
On runway 13 left.
Alright, here we go. Thrust to the flex detent. Not just yet. Yeah, there it is. Let's try to stay on the center line. And here we go, V1. And rotate. Positive rate, gear up. And soon we get the message that we need to move the throttle to the climb detent. Ground spoilers disarmed. Yep, there it is. Climb. I'm going to engage the autopilot. And we are departing. 9,000 feet, transition altitude, put the standard, QNH. Orthographic scenery, 33 gigabytes. Now we are at transition altitude. Let's say we have been cleared to our cruise altitude of 34,000 feet. Push it in, and we are climbing. And set the QNH to standard. So 10,000 feet, lights off, and seatbelt signs can come off. Now maybe we can update the wind data. Yep. And looks like we are a bit early. Soon we are at 34,000 feet. We can look at our flight plan and verify that we have to be 80 minutes into flight at Dimlo, which seems correct, and estimated fuel on board 10,000 kilograms at Dimlo. That looks also correct according to SimBrief. Right, here we are over Genoa, and we can go soon to 35,000 feet. And like I said, the step climbs are not yet implemented. There's an FMS page. Yeah, and it's not allowed, so you have to do it manually. Let's go to the init page. Yeah, and put in 350. And here 350 as well. And we are climbing. It's going to be still 2 hours. But looks like we're going to be there early. Update the wind data if needed. Alright. Now we are soon at our top of descent point. The most boring part of our flight is over. And there is SVL, a VOR station, next to our alternate airport, São Paulo. And we don't see our airport yet, Faro Airport, it's not on the map. Could not obtain the 80s because in Xplane 11, 50 nautical miles is the range of all 80 stations, and Faro Airport does not have an 80s. But I'm going to obtain information later. Let's just put 4,000 feet there, the local transition altitude, and let's take care of the MCDU. Now we can put SVL there, VOR station, to check the navigation accuracy. Yeah, the first one. Looks about right. We need to put in some data. Local transition altitude 4,000 feet. And the temperature 25. I googled it. Landing is going to be flaps 4, full configuration. And when Faro Airport is in range, we can look at the map and check the data. Now seatbelt signs are on, and 10 to 5 nautical miles. We're going to engage descent. Alright, let's go. Soon we can push that button in to engage descent. Alright, here we go. And the airplane is descending, and one is decreasing. Landing elevation 32 feet, that's correct. We are well below our maximum landing weight. Still have 4,320 kilograms of fuel. And let's check if we can see Faro Airport. There it is. Now we need data 3006, the local QNH. And wind 240 at 15. So most likely it's going to be a slight wind from the front and left, because we are landing on runway 28. So approximately 100 nautical miles to go. Right. Now here we go. We have intercepted the glide slope and we are lining up with the runway. Ground spoilers armed. And let's check the cabin if they are ready. Yeah, great. No blue there, we are good to go. Flaps 4 and auto brakes set to low. Engage the second autopilot and go around altitude is 3000 or missed approach altitude. ILS IF is the correct one. And here we go. Slight headwind 11 knots at 252.
1000.
Alright, 1000. We can disengage the autopilot. It's my aircraft. And let's follow the flight director down. Do a quick check. Lights are on. Seatbelt signs also. Cabin is ready. Flaps 4.
Approaching 28.
Ground spoilers armed. And on the first approach I was a little bit high, so I had to go around and line up with the runway a second time. But right now we are perfect. Alright, minimums, we have perfect visibility. We can continue. We're looking good. Here's Faro Airport. I think it's the default scenery included with Xplane 11 from Aerosoft with orthographic scenery. Alright, so here we go.
50, 40, 30, 20,
Retard.
10,
And float. Great landing. 143
5,000 feet remaining.
feet per minute. Oops, let's stay on the center line. And reverse. Yeah. Manual braking. Oops. Using my rudder pedals. But now we can go with the nose wheel steering.
2,000 remaining.
And let's decrease the ground speed. It was a nice landing. Alright, welcome to Portugal. Now, disarm spoilers, flaps up. So going to start the APU, I think. Lights to taxi. And APU. Also going to put the TCAS to standby and weather radar to off.
One 100 remaining.
Right, welcome to Faro Airport. Let's take a look at the replay. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. We're also going to include the real-life landing. I filmed it as well, but that is on the opposite end of the runway. I think it's runway 10 that we have landed. So if you enjoyed the video, let me know, and see you in the next one. Going to fly something else next time other than an Airbus. So see you next time and take care.